Good morning, my student. Last time we started a new lesson which talks about Mount Everest. Now, just I need from you to answer these questions related to the text which we have talked about. Number one, why does climbing Mount Everest considered an extreme sport? Number two, who the first one reached the summit of Mount Everest? Now, please stop the video and you have a 1 minute to answer this question. Thanks a lot. Why does climbing Mountain Everest consider an extreme sport? As I said, because climbing Mountain Everest needs a great preparation, and Mountain Everest consider the tallest mountain in the world. So, climbing many of people considered climbing Mountain Everest an extreme sport. Number two, who the first one reached the summit of Mount Everest. The first people reached the summit are Hillary and Norjay. Now, listen to me carefully. These are the new vocabularies related to the text which we will talk about it. The first vocabulary expeditions, which means long journey for a special purpose, aid, help, frostbite, injury caused by freezing, potential possibility, altitude, the height of something very high, fatigue, great tiredness. Please learn by heart this vocabulary. Please learn by heart this vocabulary, which are in your vocabulary for you to understand the next passage. Now, my students, I need from you to read the text carefully. You have just 5 minutes to read the text carefully. After that, answer the suggestion question. I need from you to stop the video and have 5 minutes to read this text. Thanks a lot. After getting 5 minutes by reading the previous text, answer these questions. The first question is, when did Mulari and Irvine climb Mount Everest? Second, what are the struggles that will face anyone who try to climb Mount Everest? Third, what does the high altitude prevent? Fourth, what do most climbers of Mount Everest suffer from? 5. The underlined pronoun refers to. 6. Find out a plural noun, relative clause, to infinitive, gerund. Now, my dear student, I need from you. First, write these questions into your notebook. Then, think about this question and find the answer from the previous text. After that, write the answers in your notebook. Finally, compare your answer with my answers. Thanks a lot for your listening. Now, please start what I recommended to do. Stop the video. You have 15 minutes. Now, my students, I think you have 15 minutes to answer this question, to answer the previous question. Now, let's explain question by question. The first question, please check your answer with me. If you have any wrong answer, please correct it. The first question, when did Mulari and Irvine climb Mount Everest? Mulari and Irvine climbed Mount Everest at the time when 8 compressed air was still in use. I will repeat. Mulari and Irvine climbed Mount Everest at the time when 8 compressed air was still in use. Second question. What are the struggles that will face anyone who tries to climb Mount Everest? What again? I will repeat the question. What are the struggles that will face anyone who tries to climb Mount Everest? A lot of you think about what's the meaning of struggles. Struggles, it means difficulties. Difficulties. The struggles are freezing weather, the effects of extreme high altitude. I will repeat. The struggles are freezing weather and effects of extreme high altitude. Please, my student, as I recommend you to write the correct answer. Check your answer. If it's correct, stay it. If it's not, please cross your answer and write the correct answer. Now, what does the high altitude prevent? The high altitude prevents the human body from getting enough oxygen to the brain. I will repeat the question. What does the high altitude prevent? The high altitude prevents the human body from getting enough oxygen to the brain. The fourth question. What do most climbers of Mount Everest suffer from? Most climbers suffer from headache, cloudiness of thoughts, lack of sleep, loss of appetite, and fatigue. The underlined pronoun they refers to. Sure, if you go back to the previous text, you will find a line under they. A line under they. The underlined pronoun they refers to Molari and Irvine. Noun. Find out a plural noun. As you know, a plural noun, any noun that ends with S, if it's regular and irregular, like people, like mice, like etc. For example, we have climbers at our text, which is plural. B, relative clause. Relative clause, as we said, relative clause are when, where, which, who, that. We have when in our text, to infinitive, any verb that comes after to. We have to die. Gerund, as I said, ends with ing and its function as a noun. We have climbing here. Thanks a lot for your listening, my students. If you have any question, don't be hesitate. I will answer your question anytime you want. Thanks a lot again. And I need it from you to check your answer. And I need it from you to memorize the new vocabularies by heart. Thanks a lot. Goodbye.